Go ahead, Richard.
For the Premier, but it may be more appropriate for Minister Cullen or someone else there. There's a study out that showed an estimated more than 800,000 herring were killed by BC salmon farms in 2022. How concerned is the province about this, and what can be done, if anything, to help protect those sort of fish populations, considering this was a huge spike compared to what we've seen in the past?
Well, British Columbians want to ensure that all of our marine industries are sustainable, and that includes the aquaculture industry of all stripes, everything from seaweed to mussels, geoduck, salmon, otherwise. For the net pen fish farms, I think it's safe to say that the social license for those that just sit in the ocean and cause the death of other fish is expired in British Columbia. We know that those have to move into closed containment systems. The industry knows they have to move in that direction. The federal government knows they have to move in that direction. And that is why we continue to advocate for support for the industry to be able to do that, and for DFO to ensure that that is something that is happening. There are a lot of coastal communities that are dependent on the economic activity of aquaculture that would benefit from closed containment systems while protecting fish, and that is the direction that we know the province is going, the federal government is going, the industry is going. We all just need to work together to ensure that that's delivered. On the specific issue of the fish kill, Minister Cullen will.
Thanks for the question, Richard. Questions like this, the effect on other fisheries and the integration of the decisions that we make as a province with First Nations partners is exactly the reason that we need programs like this in place. The marine conservation planning, all of that work is what enables us to be able to answer these questions more fully. To the specific question on herring, we're reviewing the work that you talk about. I know Chief Slett's leadership on herring in particular from the Heiltsuk community has been legendary through the years, and allow her to speak to that. But more broadly, bringing back and restoring the healthy ecosystem that First Nations peoples have stewarded since time immemorial, bringing back the abundance we know allows for better conversations to happen. When we're in a time of threatened species and scarcity, conflict is only natural to arise. And as the Premier said, we are working with our federal partners. I'll be hosting the federal minister here next week. She's new to her role there, and bringing her up to speed on what the needs of British Columbia are, which have been very consistent in supporting communities and making sure that wild salmon are supported and brought back to abundance here in British Columbia. We're doing our part. We, of course, need our federal partners to step up and do theirs as well. Chief Slett.
Thank you for that question. Herring, we have a spawn-on kelp fishery in Heiltsuk territory, and similar to others on the coast. And the time to step up and protect the species is now. We really don't have time to, not take any action. The work that we're doing, the announcements made today, the investments into our communities will all support the restoration and the protection of our ecosystems and species that are close to being extinct. And we can't be having conversations after the fact where, we could have done something but didn't. So, we're really pleased to be here today. These fisheries, support our communities, with food security, food sovereignty, and, are the economic drivers of our community. So working in partnership with British Columbia and other partners is really important to us. So these conversations are in the positive and not, we're not talking about something that once was.